One more time.
What are we gonna say, bro? Let's plan something.
For what? It's been working just like Okay, hi everyone. Hello everyone, welcome back to Sibling Vacation.
What's happening? Episode number 26.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's half a year worth of episodes.
What do you...
If we did
Yes, yeah, you're right.
Welcome back, guys. Yeah.
So, first and foremost,
Sorry.
before we talk about ukhathaleka kwakho,
Yeah.
first and foremost, I'd just like to have a short, small insert. Guys, you know, every time you touch and you click on the subscribe button, that helps us in terms of getting the information to you that you would like to get, getting the entertainment value that you'd like to get. It gives us feedback. It makes us feel like we're doing the right thing. So right now, before everything starts, go ahead, click down there for the subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to click on the bell, as well as like, share, comment, and you know how it goes, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that was my short little insert.
All right.
This episode proudly brought to you by Sibling Vacation.
I'm so exhausted for this.
Point number 2.
Yeah, of course.
Blinkation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Blinkation, guys. We still are taking a few more members. I put a post up earlier on this week to say that we are now on 50%.
50% full.
50% full.
Yeah.
What does that mean? It means that we've got another 50%. Scenario, a group that has applied to come on the Blinkation with us. And if we grant them that, then that will mean that we're totally full. So I suggest that you get on as soon as and as quickly as you can. Uhambo, UHAMBHO at siblingrivalry.co.za.
Who is this group?
So
About the Sibling Vacation.
andiyazi bangabantu be-sibling tribal but mhlawumbe ngabantu go abamama bebesithi bafuna let me finish. Let's put it to the vote, yamahlali.
It's true, because I could be mama as
Yes,
well.
abamama bebesithi by a group of 15 and they want to come on this trip because it's organized, it's got a travel engineering company that is helping us, and they think it's going to be a fun vibe. Yabo bafuna celebrate 60th yomnye umama or ichomi yabo.
I don't know why I found it.
So, and they're like, we'll be with young people, it'll be nice and fun. No. So I thought, maybe I must come and run that by you.
And you thought the best time to run that by me was on.
I mean, we barely get to see each other, so.
Not fun.
So, guys, I want you guys to let us know what you think. I mean, it's like a bonding session for everybody.
That's true, and there's no reason why my mama can't come.
Well.
But before they come, we need to quiz them on Sibling Vacation.
On what?
Trivia. So they don't feel left out.
Oh no, the only thing that they what is it? The only thing that they need to know.
So we can't hang out with them.
So we hang out now.
Yeah, exactly.
When so kweli khona me one half yam na kweli khona is two. Half yam. But that also shows that I was also shocked when I got this, and I was just like,
that's really cool though.
It's really
Where did
cool.
they even find out about it?
And I think I sent it umntanabo or something.
Oh, that's so cute, man. It's gonna make a cool story.
Yeah, sipati cake, sicule, happy birthday, mamubani. It's gonna be fun. So what do you guys say?
In like 5 years, someone's gonna be saying this about me.
Yes, and I think more than anything else, even if
I'm married,
it shows the importance of going on these vacations. Go, guys. It's a young with the likes of Talita, etc.
and we'll know what to do, you know, since organized, you know what I'm saying?
For the ladies that are go, but tell any parties so wrong. Chalo, when the many has exposed, let's draw heads, That's gonna be a really fun video. We ought to do a video of things to bring, what we're gonna do, etc., etc. I think it's gonna be really fun. So
you're right.
So there's that's hanging in the balance, but otherwise, other than that, we're 50% there, which is great. Thank you so much, guys, for those that have paid
I'm so
deposits.
excited. I was so stressed, but okay,
Oh,
cool. Yeah.
So that's really cool. So we're definitely going ahead, and we are chatting to a couple of other people to see if they can join in, sponsor us a couple of things. But you know how we do.
Okay, cool. Is there anything else on the agenda?
No, I think on the bulletin board, those are the only 2 points. So I suppose over to you, Katie.
Do you think there's such a thing as full disclosure?
No, I'm not going to topic.
No, but what was I supposed to give it a few seconds to breathe?
And also that they can take it all in, have time to press the subscribe button, press the bell,
or they can
like,
press
share, and
pause.
subscribe.
Do all of that stuff. Do you
Full
think,
disclosure when it comes to what?
like any kind of relationship, whether it's with your parent, whether it's with your sibling, whether it's with your partner, whether it's with your friend, do you think that there's such a thing as full disclosure with any of those like relationships?
That's a very tough question.
Why?
Because immediately to see the full disclosure, the first thing that I think of is ongama bibi you know what I mean? All the things that I don't want people to know. Which
full disclosure also doesn't necessarily have to only do about you. Do you know what I mean?
Full disclosure, I made a video about this. Full disclosure. So, look, the easy answer, and the answer that comes off the top of my head is yes, full disclosure. But yes, I suppose I also
so you're saying it does exist?
I think it should be the standard.
Look, ukupa mabibi akho is not something that would, let's say mabibi akho on something that would affect the other person. So you don't have to tell them.
They might affect because it passed their ass.
You tell me?
It has a way of creeping up on you.
Yeah, but we also should fully understand that your past is your past, and if you weren't there for it, then okay, now exactly.
Correct, but do people always understand that?
No.
But that's another topic.
Yeah.
Because can you judge?
Obani.
Central people. People.
Yeah.
People. That's what I'm trying to say. So walk me a little bit through what you are thinking when you say full disclosure is. So
I was thinking about like me and you, obviously our relationship, because obviously I have to bring it home.
Yeah.
Like there are things, like do you think there are things that you keep from me that that you could tell me?
Things like what? I don't need these.
That's a definite yes.
Yes. You don't know everything about me.
Not about you.
Things that I keep from you.
Yes, that could affect me.
Yes.
That I might be linked to.
Yes,
somehow.
correct. And I think the reason why I do that is for the sake of protecting you. Or being scared of you, one of the two.
I don't know if those two things live in the same space. But, okay.
So that's my question, Uguti. What are we fully disclosing?
No, because
yes.
I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't have to be negative stuff, but there's just some stuff, like I know there's some stuff I won't tell you because I don't want you to feel some type of way. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
And they sometimes don't even really have to do with you, but you're in close proximity of whatever it is that I'm not telling you, and you could do without knowing it, but I know how sensitive you are about certain things, so that doesn't make it a bad thing. But sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
Why? If it's not gonna affect you badly?
Then why not telling me?
Because I'm protecting your feelings.
Because it's gonna affect me badly. Yes. So, in having said that, I think then full disclosure is a must, because then how else does a person get the opportunity? Because you must remember, if I'm sensitive, okay, cool. Umhlaba uko sensitive wona. So I don't even get a safe learning or practice ground in me being sensitive then.
Of course, but
Tom next door doesn't care about me, and I haven't learned how to.
So that's where you're gonna learn it. oh Tom, no ban emsebenzini, no ban. What I'm saying is like I'm not trying to add to all that crap that you don't actually need.
Why do you think you're adding and not helping? Because now you're helping me. Now I get to practice being vulnerable, being open, being honest about my feelings, being able to, really handle situations by them happening in a loving and soft environment, which is where you come in with the sister yam.
But you know when you say, oh, I don't want to know, bro. You know that statement?
Yeah.
Sometimes you say that because you're trying to protect yourself.
Correct. From growth. Could be.
From being
growth.
hurt.
Yes, but
from being potentially affected by that thing emotionally.
Yes, correct. Because of nayo.
Yes, because a lot of the time is maybe not your thing to deal with. I could tell you something about someone else and it's not your thing at all, but it could still make you feel some type of way by, it sounds like a crap situation.
I struggle. Analogies and examples. Let's make an example.
Okay, fine. Let's say I had a big fight with Yoli.
Yeah.
Yoli's our cousin, one of our cousins.
Cousin sister.
Cousin sister. Baby cousin sister.
Baby sister.
Oh, well, she's not a baby, which is why I can fight with her,
Yeah.
And then it causes like a rift between the two of us, and there's a bit of bad blood, it's uncomfortable, and as much as I don't see her often, we don't see her often together, whenever we see her, like, there's just vibes between the two of us.
Yeah.
Right? And so, would you want to know about that?
Yes, I would.
Why?
So that you ergs can sort it out. So that there's no vibes. Because if vibes just affect that, that's the thing. I'm affected by the vibes. More than anything else. Because the vibes is not something that I enjoy.
Also, you'd want to know so that you can be more comfortable.
So that you guys can possibly attempt to sort it out. Yes. But what's most important for me is that nibe grand nina. Because I niko grand. If you guys have vibes, it means ba niko grand. So if you guys are grand, then now I'll be grand as a result of that. Because in reality, I'm getting down.
Okay, I guess that was a simple one because... Okay, let me use another example.
Examples of
No. Let's say I have a disagreement or a fight with Makaz, one of the Makazis.
Yeah.
And you don't really understand what it's about, right?
Yeah,
or maybe I've said Makazi, hey, for siya mbana. Oh, you can ask that.
Because I command for wena. Nah, I'm so I command for you. So it will make me uncomfortable uboza. But at the end of the day, for the sake of the greater good,
how much do you actually practice that in your real life?
I practice it somewhat.
You're very secretive, that's why I ask.
About what?
About just stuff.
Ask me anything secret.
No, it's not that it's a secret, but you don't just like volunteer information a lot of the time.
Look, and I feel like that also is maybe based on the relationship that we have. Because there's certain things that maybe I used to share or maybe tried to share, maybe I got a response in my hand. Then I was like, okay, I'm not going to do that again. And also just the depth of conversation that we have. So, meaning i.e. that umdu endi hlala naye, umdu who is my friend, will know more. It seems like I'm telling them more. That's because I talk to them every day.
Yeah, true.
And they're about.
Yeah.
Then we have to talk about.
Well,
exactly.
I kind of got into this.
You know what I mean? So that then becomes obviously the thing to say, do we talk often enough for us to be able to then get out of the small talk zone into the deeper talk zone? And that happens only after the small talk is done.
Okay.
Hey, how you doing? All right, push up. cool, housework. Then to the deeper issues. Then the deeper issues of also sometimes being asked
Okay.
certain things.
Okay.
But efonini into thile iqhuba njani? Yabo, how's this? How's London? How's London? Then I open up. I feel like I open up very easy.
If
I won't
asked.
lie. Yes.
Okay.
If prodded, I won't lie or I won't evade. I would be like, it's difficult, but let's rock.
Okay. So, are you saying that I should only tell you about the examples that I've made only if it's going to affect you, vibes? Is it okay if I keep it to myself if it doesn't affect anyone?
You included?
Of course it affects me, but...
Yeah, I'd love to know about it. Yeah, and this is not that open door policy, bosses. Don't worry, I've got the open door policy. Walk in my office anytime. That time, I'll figure office in. Please come back, I'm a bit busy. No. Why don't you make an appointment in my diary? No, this is a literal open door policy.
That doesn't mean it's not an open door policy just because someone's busy sometimes.
But all I'm saying is that then say put it in my diary. So what you have got the open door policy?
Does that not equate as an open door policy?
No! My diary is open for you to put in when you can see.
No one has ever said, no boss of mine has ever said they've got to do it.
Bosses are going to office.
It's the shade for me!
So yeah, definitely. It's literally, for me, I think it's in order for you to really, really get to know someone, and I think when you really, really care about someone, sibling, friend, whatever, I want to know what makes you try.
Yes,
You
great.
want to know a lot about them to get to
Sure.
know them better.
You're the same person who just said that you won't tell me. What did you say at the beginning?
I'm a BBM.
I don't want to know.
Okay, what would I tell you? I'll tell you everything else. Man.
Okay, I can't remember now. Oh, my memory is getting so bad.
You must drink ginkgo biloba.
So
Omega-3
pills,
fatty acids. So I think for me, in order for you to increase the depth of your relationship, full disclosure becomes necessary. I believe you can only get to a certain level if there's things that you do not disclose. That's what I think.
You said that I don't, there's things that you don't disclose to me because you feel like they could affect me in a negative way. That's what you said.
Yes, and I need to change that.
Do you really?
Yes, I need to change that because at the end of the day, it's us still not being able to penetrate a certain level.
Do we have to penetrate all the levels?
That's if we want. Now personally, if I want a deep, meaningful relationship now, and if you want to play, let's play
so
brother
scary.
and sister. If you want a deep, meaningful connection with you, and that means I must get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And ask the things and say the things. And get to know. Even whoa, stop it, Lori. Too close, too soon. And Nakona, even in that, I think, me putting across to you, which this is really, really what I want. I want to have this kind of relationship with you. And then we can discuss that. And then at least at the end of the day, no one has unmet expectations and no one has any sort of funny things like that. That's what I think.
Okay, so this can then be applied to all the relationships you have with everyone then, because
Correct.
I'm taking a guess that you want deep, meaningful relationships with all the people in your life.
Well, most of them. Well, some of them, not all of them. Because business. I don't need a deep, meaningful relationship.
No, but like your friends,
Your
your partners, your family members.
Yes. That's not all the people in my life. There's very few people in my life, actually. Yeah.
Who else? What? Give me a category, another one.
That's all the categories I can think of.
So then who are the
That's
other
what I'm saying
people?
is few. Business,
Ah,
associates.
Manuka
Strato, promoters, events, zindoni. Like there's so many people
No,
in
man, you can't
the
count.
outer circle is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but they don't.
My God, Andy. No, what I'm saying is I don't need a deep, meaningful relationship. No, Andy.
I'm well aware of that, so we don't have to count
So
them.
I'm saying there's few people that I want a deep, meaningful relationship.
100%. So
Friends, family,
partner.
partner. Hey, boss, yeah,
Boss? No, boss.
that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
yeah.
But now, fine. I think friends is a controlled group.
Yeah.
Partner is definitely a controlled group, hopefully. And then family is not a controlled group.
Yeah.
So when you say family, what do you mean?
I mean family, I mean people that I'm related to.
Yeah, but that's a lot of people.
Correct.
So, full disclosure.
Kaloku, it first starts at defining the kind of relationship that I want with them.
So you don't want deep, meaningful relationships with all your family members?
No.
Oh, God.
That I'm not around, or you know what I mean?
Fine.
That I don't, and I think a big part of it is uvana.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
You understand? Basifana kangakanani, how, because it's I think that's how we then decide, but actually I want something more, because there are those initial commonalities, right? Which is what makes your friends, which is what makes your partner. Family, I think the same.
But then how do you know when, like, maybe you're burdening someone by, like, telling them everything? You know that feeling when someone's starting to tell you something and you're like, oh man, I really don't want to know the rest of this. So now I feel burdened, right? Because now my emotions are going to get involved and it's going to change the way maybe I think about whoever or you or blah, blah, blah. And so I feel burdened, but you feel unburdened.
Yeah.
Because you're putting, you're kind of taking a weight off your shoulders.
Yeah.
So then who, like the person who's feeling burdened, do I have a right to be like, nah, bruh?
Yeah, it's called
But
boundaries.
But then you walk away going, oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't divulge too much to her. And then you make a decision about, but that's an opinion from you based on that one interaction you had with me. And then down the line, I'm like, dude, like, I find something else. I'm like, why didn't you tell me?
That's fine. You should expect that, because then you should then expand that undivala. I'm trying, you know what? Indoors are dating yako. It's heavy for him. No indoors are childhood trauma yako. Date.
So I must be specific.
You must be specific.
What I don't want to hear.
Correct. You must be specific and run the risk of me saying, oh well, that's not how I operate, but it was nice. You understand? Because unfortunately, you can't often have your cake and eat it too. Sometimes you can, but sometimes you can't. And at the end of the day, I think mnayona ndefuneka inyani so phambili. Inyani so emsulwa. And because at the end of the day, your feelings are gonna get hurt either way. Would you rather your feelings are hurt over miscommunication, or your feelings are hurt because the other person was just an ugly person?
Not miscommunication.
Yes.
Yeah.
There we go. So
that's the worst way to hurt someone, hurt someone's feelings, by miscommunicating. Because it almost feels like there's no going back. And even if you do eventually revisit Lendo that you miscommunicated about, you've already gone through the field of emotions associated with the miscommunication. So no man, you've already gone through the emotions, and it kind of feels like, oh, I wish that didn't happen at all. That was so unnecessary.
Exactly. So I think from my understanding of full disclosure then, that brings me to a point of saying, if full disclosure starts at saying, Kaski relationship beauty beje, like I don't want any feelings attached. It's just gonna be physical. You can say that to someone, right? Why? That's my thing. It's so easy to say that to other people, but I'm not in a relationship space. let's not date, let's just see each other. They said, you full disclosure leyo. That's full disclosure. You've just essentially said what you are willing to, how far you are willing to go in a particular interaction with somebody. Because at the end of the day, friendships, people miscommunicate all the time in friendships because expectations that are not met, because they didn't fully disclose. But I ndifuna umuntu endizamxelela my deepest and angabezama undithintini ndifuna umamele kwabe ube yes man. Yes. Uthi wena hayi anzokwazi. You just saved yourself 2-3 years of stress. So full disclosure, I'm for when it comes to, okay, cool, I want to ndifuna uzandonke or ndifuna uza half or ndifuna utintin or ndifuna utintin.
So knowing someone like your best friend or your sister, like the way I know you, I feel like I know some of your sensitivities, right? And I'm like, I know he doesn't need that, and it's fine. It's never going to affect him anyway, so he doesn't need to know it.
Yeah.
So is me now looking out for your sensitivities then creating a little bit of a rift between our deep, meaningful thing when I feel like I'm looking out for you?
I think it is, simply because you don't truly know how I feel about it. And get to your point, maybe something that had happened a while ago that I reacted a certain way made you draw a line or draw a pattern.
Yeah.
So you don't know. And I think we maybe need to have that conversation to say, Chana, uyibona njani or ufuna ibe njani relationship yethu? Wow, okay. Yeah. But how do you want this relationship to be?
Yeah.
And not assume just because we're brother and sister that, because the relationships are found with brother and sister, right? We've had a lot of people saying, but I wish I had a relationship like that with my brother, or I wish I had a relationship like that with my sister. I wish I had a sister, or whatever the case may be. But I think there definitely is room, the older we get and the more we are able to express ourselves, there definitely is room to sort of then be able to speak about what kind of relationship that we want. That will essentially lead to us miscommunicating less, hurting each other less, not feeling left out. No. It's like the other day when I had a thing here, when I had a boyki course, and I didn't invite you because I was just like, oh, Talita doesn't really want to hang out with me on the weekends, so and then you come to me and you're like, dude, and then when I boyki you didn't call me. And I'm just like, dude, you're way too cool for me for about the phone. But in my head, that's what I'm saying. In my head, maybe that was triggered by me. In a 13, I want to go out with you and your friends. I said, hey, and that is stuck with me. That's what childhood trauma is.
But I've also come and hung out with you here with your friends.
Yes, correct.
Plenty of times.
But yeah, obviously, that's what I'm saying. I'm just imagining. But maybe that an imprint ends, and when you do come and hang out with me and my friends, I'm just like, yeah, sister, I'm hey, I promise you, those are the thoughts. Those are literally the thoughts that will go through my head. Because I'm just like, yo, Utalita, I've never been cool enough.
Do you know what? I think if it was just your friends, it would have been okay. But it's just like there were so many family members there, and I was like, am I not family anymore?
Yeah, no, also there were 3 family members. Where do you come from? Yeah.
Count them. That's a lot.
So I think, this has actually turned out into what I think is an important conversation to say, at the end of the day, maybe that conversation, the reason why we get heads, we don't necessarily klabana, but it's also weird.
Yeah.
It means Kona was superficial.
No, let's not call it superficial, but there's like the way, like I'm full now because firstly I wouldn't know how to, and secondly I just don't want you ever to be upset, like just as my little brother, like never mind as like a person.
So it was just another okay, but And I will I will cry, dog.
Which doesn't make it okay, right? But also there's some things I'm like, you know what? It's not that serious. We'll be fine, right?
Okay.
And I can't think of an instance where I've harbored like resentment or anything like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
About something that we disagreed about. But that could also just speak to my not exactly healthy way of dealing with conflict, because I'm not a conflict person. And so my very unhealthy way of dealing with conflict is just brushing it away.
Yeah.
However, how it manifests itself, because obviously if nigga pull me somewhere, I'm not exactly quite sure at the moment.
Yeah.
But it's a difficult thing for me to enter into something. Like the other day when I asked you that about the invite, it was so hard.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
And then when we were having the conversation, it was such an easy conversation, right?
For who, nigga?
But Central, did it just get harder when you spoke about it?
I wanted to cry the whole time.
Ski.
And it was like the easiest thing in the world.
Okay, I'm hosting up working for no one else is invited. But to tell you.
You didn't stab me in the back. You did nothing, literally. And I would never bring that up, because
I'm glad you did though.
It was so uncomfortable, because then I felt like a little monkey bringing it up, like, what did you bring?
We young sister, I wouldn't admit that. Wow.
But I also had to like figure out why it made me feel so hectic, and I think a part of it is because I feel like our relationship has been like building and building so much so that I feel like we started becoming real friends.
Yeah.
And so when
it made him now.
when you not
and he said yes. I'm so sorry, man. Yeah.
No, I feel like even more of a punk. No. And this is going on the internet. Oh, leave me.
No, but I'm sorry. But I hope you're glad that you had the conversation, because I think it started something.
Of course I'm glad. I mean, it's not like for this, you also can fight a coco now. Like,
I could have said that.
You could have, and you're very sensitive, and I obviously appreciate that, because you could have made a joke about it, and then it was never a serious conversation.
About a week.
You know what I'm saying? And I would have walked away like, okay,
yes, and smiled, and then we'll be said in the background.
Exactly, And the background is not always something you feel all the time. It's just like, then I do something to you that has something to do with that, not even consciously.
Yes, correct. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I would.
Yeah.
Uzuka wouldn't care anyway.
Yeah. So.
Like 2 years later, even.
Yeah.
So basically what I'm trying to say is how difficult it was for me to bring up that small thing. Can you imagine how difficult it is for me to bring up the big things?
Yes, but how difficult it was for you to lift a 5 kilogram. But again, now we lift our 50 kilogram. It gets easier the more you do it.
You're right.
And for me, I'm just like, I try and think about the benefit. Yes, it was extremely difficult for me to start the conversation and have the conversation. And then I try to weigh up how grateful am I that I had the conversation. In my experience, sometimes I sometimes find witty that having the conversation becomes easier than thinking about the conversation.
Of course, because you think then you're pushed by fear when you're just thinking of it, and your imagination and both sides of the story and those are things you have no control over.
Absolutely. So then that makes me feel like, okay, cool, then I can pull a lesson out of that, a lesson 80. But okay, cool, then it means I can talk, because it will kind of move in the same trajectory. Trajectory.
Well done.
Yeah. So I'm glad we had the conversation, and I think it's nice, because then also this conversation, because that's giving us grounds to kind of go deeper. Do you feel like you want more? Are we having this conversation now? Do you feel like you want more? Oh, it's a good relationship.
A little bit.
Oh yeah! No!
Why are you so excited?
No, because this means that we get to move to another place that we most likely both want to be at. And I'm asking that question on the back of the fact that now I'm just like, I want more. Been wanting more. Always wanted more.
Why didn't you say anything?
Fear of rejection.
Oh, okay. Valid.
Fear of, not, you know what I mean? But still that
Not
fear.
being reciprocated later.
Correct.
Yeah.
But
it's not being reciprocated if you don't ask anyway.
Exactly. But except now, you didn't get told what you are imagining you were going to get told.
Now you just know the truth.
Now you just know the truth.
Yeah.
And you shall know the truth. And it will set you free. So,
we need to make a compilation of quotes. You quote something every... Oh, that means I have to go through all the footage.
Yeah, well done.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm all for full disclosure.
I really didn't think this was going to go there.
Now I didn't think, and now I had no idea where it was going to go.
I had no idea. I had one question. That's it. Yeah.
But I'm really glad that it did go in that direction. I think I'm happy with the direction that it went in. And I think, my one takeaway. If you don't remember anything that we spoke about today, remember to subscribe. And register for Sibling Travelry. And thirdly, to put in the third compartment of a lunchbox. I think, it's for me is a great conversation to sort of get me to start thinking about defining what the relationships that I want with my people. What I want from it, to save myself from disappointment, feeling like I want more, feeling empty, which eventually builds into resentment.
Yeah. That's the name of the song. Thank you. Wow.
Okay.
There's a song I wanted to play on the way in. I couldn't remember the name.
Okay. Yeah, so...
It all comes together. Okay, yeah. No, for sure. Because you can be in a lot of relationships with a lot of people, but you don't necessarily want the same things from everyone.
No, you definitely don't.
Yeah, definitely. And sometimes you just go ahead and with the flow, but you're just like, oh man, this thing is taxing on me, bruh.
And ustakile ngoku because ngichomi yakho yokujive lena ngoku ukawana uboleka imali kuyo because solo kubhola hard icabanga layo
Bola hard the weekend. Tuesday uboleka imali.
Because the relationship was never defined. And you keep missing each other ke ngoku you're like shooting guns in the dark.
That's a new thing for me though,
Oh,
also. Yes. Because I stay awake at night. But now I'm like, I'm so stressed. I'm going to go take a nap. God, bro. I'm so grateful. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for joining us, guys. I hope there was some kind of insight there. I feel like we always walk away with insight, and it's like, if y'all caught something, but people always do, which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
We are all human, and we are kind of all having the same human experience
to a large degree.
Yeah. So a lot of the things will resonate, and that's the dope part.
Yeah, that's the dope part. And thank you guys for the comments that you have been putting on the wall in terms of your experiences, in terms of what you get, and it's all so wonderful.
It really is.
Yeah.
Kaske umuntu ahlale eboxini yakhe angancokoli nabanye abantu aphangele ajole ahlale nje nebox.
There's people who do that.
Oh, they're so lucky.
Akho mbali kula box, akho manzi, akho kutya.
Are these dead people?
No, ngabantu abahlala esatweni.
Oh.
Kaloku the operative word is kahle umuntu ahlale. Not alale ngoxolo, ahlale. Hey, on that note, Mazalane, we will see you in next week for the live, and in 2 weeks' time for another episode. That will be episode 27. Love each other.
I'm such a psycho.